Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Good morning and welcome to Squiz Kids, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Monday, February 1. A pinch and a punch. In Squiz Kids today, school cancelled in WA lockdown. Dinosaur footprints turn up in Wales. Bluey the rock star. And how wombats talk with their poo. That's what's making news, kids style.
The lowdown.
School kids in Perth got a week's extension of their Christmas holidays yesterday after Western Australia recorded its first coronavirus case in almost 10 months, sending large parts of the state into a 5-day lockdown. Kids all over the southwest of WA were supposed to be starting a new school year this morning, but the government there threw the state into lockdown in an attempt to stop the virus from spreading, preventing locals from leaving their homes unless for essential reasons. And while the development was nothing to celebrate, we're almost certain we heard the cheer from WA kids echo across the Nullarbor to reach us here in Squiz Kids HQ on the other side of the country. It was a far less happy day for toilet rolls and packets of pasta yesterday, which could only tremble in fear as Western Australians took part in the time-honoured tradition of a pre-lockdown panic shop, during which, yes, toilet paper was inexplicably the item on everyone's shopping list. Western Australia's Premier Mark McGowan described the decision to keep schools closed as effectively an extension of the school holidays, which he knew was going to come as a shock. Though I have a feeling school kids in WA will just about get over it. Stay safe over there, friends, and don't you be going and having too much more school holiday fun, you hear?
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Wales, where a little girl out walking on the beach with her dad stumbled upon a dinosaur footprint that's thought to be 220 million years old. Paleontologists, who are people who study dinosaur fossils, believe the footprint came from a small dinosaur called a coelophysis that probably stood less than 1 metre tall. Scientists believe these little carnivores used to feast on insects and lizards and sometimes even each other. Yep, we're talking about cannibal dinosaurs, people. The footprint, believed to date back to the late Triassic period, which is the name given to the part of the Earth's history that happened 225 million years ago, if you can imagine that, was found in a rock by 4-year-old Lily Wilder while she was out walking on the beach with her dad. Scientists in Wales are describing the discovery as a major find. Well done, eagle-eyed Lily.
Pop Culture Corner.
He's already the most popular pup on TV. Now, Bluey, the world's favourite cattle dog, is a bona fide rock star. The soundtrack for the TV series Bluey was released yesterday and immediately went to the top of the music charts. Making its debut at the number 1 position, Bluey, the album, knocked off homegrown Aussie rapper The Kid Laroi from the top spot, becoming the first children's music album to ever reach number 1 in the Australian charts. Further proof you just can't keep a good dog down.
Animal Kingdom.
If you weren't convinced already that wombats are the coolest animals in Australia, then get this. They do square-shaped poos. And, according to a scientific report released yesterday, they use those square-shaped poos to communicate with each other. A bunch of researchers from Tasmania have published a study that suggests wombats carefully place their cube poos in strategic spots around their territory to send messages to other wombats. It's not yet known what messages are contained in their poo because, well, you need to be a wombat to understand poo talk. But let's just be grateful humans use their words to communicate, because the idea of us all using our poo to communicate, well, it just doesn't bear thinking about.
time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. School has been cancelled in which state of Australia as large parts of it go into lockdown? That's right, it's Western Australia. Question number 2. Name the animated cattle dog whose album has just shot to the top of the pop charts. You got it, it's Bluey. Question number 3. What do scientists believe wombats use to communicate with one another? Yeah, it's their poo.
Shout outs.
It's February 1, a birthday for former boy band member turned international style icon Harry Styles. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Piper from Sutherland, Heath from Elderslie, and Marie from Tarragindi. And belated birthday shout-outs too to Serafina from Bridgetown, Ronan from Wagga Wagga, Jonathan from Mooroolbark, Olivia from Abbotsford, and Charlize from Port Stephens. And today's classroom shout-outs go to Year 5A and Mrs. Barbagallo at Our Lady of Lourdes Primary School in Ingham. Year 3 with Mrs. Dern and Mrs. Coombs, and 5B with Mrs. Richardson at Ipswich Junior Grammar School. All the kindy kids at Broughton Anglican College in KM with Mrs. Christensen, and 6H heroes from Jindalee State School with Mrs. Huntley, who recently celebrated a birthday. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out. Squiz Kids is proudly supported by the Judith Neilson Institute for Journalism and Ideas.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.